It's 2026 and I'm all about the PSP again. So the other week I opened up a drawer and I found these. Yes, I have two PSPs just buried within some drawers that were filled with like charging cables and HDMI cords. I totally forgot about them. And honestly, when I pulled them out of the drawer, I was kind of like flooded with a whole bunch of nostalgia for it because I grew up with a PSP. I had the Star Wars PSP with the Darth Vader on the back that was all white, and I absolutely loved my PSP growing up. I remember countless nights staying up playing GTA, Vice City Stories, and the God of War series. And when I found these in the drawer, I kind of haven't thought about PSP in a hot minute, and it really made me want to start getting back into it. I used to take my PSP everywhere, like car rides and family trips and going to friends' house. That thing was on me every single day. It was like walking around with a little PS2 in your pocket, but I also had movies for it and put music on it. The PSP was the most revolutionary handheld console that I ever had. And somehow in 2026, I'm becoming obsessed with the PSP again. Now the 1000 model I have is not the best condition. It has some wear and tear on it, but it does power on. The UMD drive still works, and I was actually able to play a few games on this 1000 model. The only problem with this 1000 model is on the right hand side there is some fading happening on the screen. Now I don't know if it's always been like that or a new discovery because I haven't probably touched these since like 2016. Now the 2000 model I have here, it's crusty. Okay, like that's the best way I can put it. There is no battery on it. There is no battery cover for it. It has just gunk on it, and I don't remember ever buying a 2000 model. I want to say an old coworker gave this to me when I was previously game collecting in the mid 2010s, and it's seen better days, but it does power on and it does play games, but I tried cleaning it and it's a little too beat up for my liking. The 2000 model is definitely not going to be my everyday playing games on model. But when I pulled these two models out of the drawer, I just couldn't help but fall back in love with the PSP. I have so many good memories of the PSP, and I kind of started feeling like I might want to start collecting some games for it again. But first things first, I gotta get me a way better looking console. These two models are just a little too beat up for my liking. Introducing the PSP 3000. I bought this really clean PSP 3000 that has this really awesome translucent blue reshell on it. The screen is super clean on this model and the UMD drive works as well, and honestly when I look at this is like the perfect PSP in my opinion. Like it just looks so clean, and I don't even want to scratch it. I don't want anything to happen to it. And luckily it came with this little cushion slip case for it as well to kind of keep it protected. And honestly, I try to keep it as clean as possible no matter how long I've been playing on it. People also say that the 3000 could possibly be the best version of the PSP. Some people like the heft of the 1000 model, but also some people like the response time and the sleek lightweight design of the 3000 model. Me personally, I think I prefer my 3000 model. After getting the 3000 PSP model in hand, I kind of became a little obsessed with wanting to buy games for it and UMD movies and such, and every day I was looking at eBay and other auction sites and just trying to find really good deals on things, and I really did become completely obsessed with this, and the obsession kind of never went away. Luckily, I went to an indoor flea market and I found a few PSP games and I picked them up. First being first, Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. This game is unbelievable. To think that we got a full-fledged GTA game on the PSP. Let that sink in for a second. A full-fledged GTA game on the PSP. Not just one, but two. We got Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories as well. And we're talking open world, we're talking radio stations, we're talking voice actors. We're getting the full GTA experience on the go. And I'm like a kid, like all over again. I can't even lie. I was super stoked to find this. It is not the best condition GTA Liberty City Stories I've ever seen in my life. There is some case damage. But I have the game nonetheless. And we could always replace these things down the road. I also found a really awesome racing game, Wipeout Pure. Now, I used to have this growing up as well, and it's kind of like a F-Zero, but for the PSP, and it's a really amazing racing game, and I got it for like $10, and I was really stoked that I was actually finding PSP games within this indoor flea market. Another amazing game I had to add to the collection is God of War Chains of Olympus. This game still makes no sense to me technically. It is such a beautiful game on the PSP. It plays just like the PS2 ports, but on the go. The scale of the game, the combat, the bosses, like this is a full-fledged God of War in the palm of your hands. Like, it is amazing that we actually got this, what, 2000, I don't know, early 2000s? Like, that still like amazes me that we have this. And that's what makes the PSP so amazing, is that the developers were pushing the limits of this little handheld system to give us these at-home console experiences, but on the go. And the next game I actually found is pure nostalgia, and that is Medieval Resurrection. This is like one of my favorite PS1 titles, and to have this on the PSP as a kid, I was stoked for it. The gothic-like atmosphere and the weird humor. Honestly, this game just screams like PlayStation 1 vibes, and I'm so here for it. My inner child is so happy right now because I've put countless hours into this game, and I'm so glad to have this back in the collection. And it really, like, these games are just sparking like this inner childhood that's like screaming for joy. It's kind of like revisiting this little piece of gaming history that I kind of forgot about until this resurge of PSP spark happened. But I didn't want to just focus on games that I had as a kid. Like, I wanted to focus on new experiences as well, and games I've never played before. One of those games being Secret Agent Clank. And honestly, it feels like one of the more random spin-offs of a game, but honestly, it looks really fun, and I really can't wait to find it. Studios were willing to make strange experiments and spin-offs of games, and that kind of brings like a cool charm to the PSP, and I'm here for it. Another game I'm actually looking forward to finding is Phantasy Star Portable. I've never played a Phantasy Star game, and I've watched a lot of My Retro Life, and I see him talking about Phantasy Star Online, and it really just kind of piqued my interest, and I was like, oh, I didn't even know there was a Phantasy Star on portable for the PSP, so I was like, I'm gonna start looking for that. I've been watching a lot of gameplay on it, so I'm hoping I find that because I do want to give that a crack as well. And I wasn't really planning on getting so obsessed with the PSP where like I'm actually thinking about buying UMD movies again. Like, yes, I know this is not the most ideal way of watching a movie in 2026, but there's something super charming about having a little UMD disc and popping it into your PSP and just having a full-blown movie on the go. And I'm looking for a bunch of different things that I had growing up. One being Viva La Bam, the other one being Wild Boys. I was a big MTV kid growing up, and a lot of like weird movies that I don't know, I just think it would be fun to have. Yes, your phone is better and streaming is easier, but it's not really all about that. Like, physical is forever, and it's fun. Like, it's fun to say, oh yeah, I own 28 Days Later on PSP. What you got, bruh? Oh, cool, you can stream it. I don't know. It's just something about it brings me back to like early to mid 2000s, and it just makes me happy. I will be looking out for UMD movies. Unfortunately, I haven't found any yet, but I'm still looking. Also, it's not always about the convenience of how to watch something. It's more about the preservation of how it makes me feel. So there's that. Now, with this PSP 3000, I did mod it, but I did not mod it for the reasons you think. I'm not trying to like load this thing up with like 5,000 games and not ever play any of them, because one, I could just do that right now and then we wouldn't be talking more about collecting. But two, physical media is forever, dog. The heart of collecting is within physical media. The art cover, the boxes, the cases, the games themselves. So like that will never die. But I did mod it for English translations of Japanese games I've never even played. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed the Yakuza series, and guess what? There was 2 on PSP, only in Japanese, but there's English translation patches now. Like a Dragon Black Panther is such an amazing game. It is a 2010 game that we never got over here, and we finally have an English translation for it. And I think that's freaking awesome, and I'm having a blast playing through it. I am literally playing this game every single night before bed. And it's pretty insane to discover like a new Yakuza game in 2026 that's technically 16 years old. Like, what? That's wild. I don't know, just really cool to me. But there's also Digimon Adventures, which also only came out in Japan. and there's an English translation patch for it. And I'm honestly looking really forward to deep diving into these two games because I really just want to experience like something that we never were supposed to have over here. But if there's any other Japanese games that are on the PSP that I should play, leave in the comments below. I would love to hear. So yeah, finding those two PSP consoles in the drawer kind of reignited my absolute love for the PSP. And honestly, this is just the beginning of this PSP journey because there's so many PSP games I want to collect. Hidden gems, JRPGs, horror games, weird racing games, like I'm full in on the PSP. So I decided we're turning this into a series. The PSP Gauntlet. What's the goal of the PSP Gauntlet? Building an awesome PSP collection while exploring everything this console had to offer. Some nostalgia, some completely new to me, and some hidden gems. And also probably some terrible decisions. So if you grew up with a PSP, or maybe you're just now discovering that PSP is pretty freaking awesome, so make sure you subscribe to stick around for the PSP journey. My name's Cameron, this is Retro Carnage, peace.